The following program was produced by a community producer.
In just 15, you'll learn the way to stand up strong and have your say. Special ed's a winding road will help you carry that heavy load. The 15-minute advocate, your guide, your voice, don't hesitate. For every child who needs a hand, together we take a stand. In just 15, you'll learn the way to stand up strong and have your say. Special ed's a winding road will help you carry that heavy load. The 15-minute advocate, your guide, your voice, don't hesitate. For every child who needs a hand, together we take a stand.
Hello and welcome to the 15-Minute Advocate. I am your 15-Minute Advocate, Arlene Velleman. Today's show is really interesting. I had planned to do something totally different. And as I've asked all of you many times at the beginning of the show to send me questions at 15minuteadvocate@gmail.com. Well, I actually did have somebody do that. And it made me think that, okay, could I answer this question in a minute or less? No. Do I think if somebody is asking it, some of all of you are also having the same question? Definitely. So that's why I totally reflipped everything and we're doing a show about something else. Before I get into it, as always, I'd like to make sure it is clear that I am not a special education lawyer. I am a special education advocate with many years of experience and training. Okay, so let's get into it. So the question was, my child is needing help with their IEP. I'm not feeling comfortable with things. When do I hire an advocate? When do I hire a lawyer? And right now with the economy, I mean the price of gas, think about it. I can't afford these things necessarily if they're a large expense. I've got a tip for you for that as well. So now let's get into it. Lawyer, advocate, which one do you choose? There's no easy answer except to say it's an individual thing, case-by-case situation. The easiest word is depends. But we're going to go through that today, all right? So first situation, you have a great situation with your school district. They hear you, they're explaining things to you like FAPE, which is a free and appropriate education, LRE, least restrictive environment, what a pull-in, push-out is. All of that gets explained to you. You're feeling the staff is working together, the IEP is being implemented with fidelity. You're good to go. You're in a great situation. It might not always be perfect, because things rarely are, but you're good to go. But sometimes things get stuck. There are problems. You don't know what to do, where to turn, how to go. You don't want to go into an IEP meeting by yourself. That's when you might want to look towards an advocate first. And let's talk about me, an advocate, or any of my fellow colleagues who are advocates. What do? We are problem solvers. We are aware of special education law. We understand accommodations, modifications, what FAPE, free and appropriate public education, is. We understand Massachusetts law, IDEA, teaching, how you go about modifying things. That is what we do. We help you participate in a meaningful way in your child's educational special ed process. We go with you to meetings if you would like. We can go with you to IEP meetings, reevaluation meetings, 504 meetings. We get the testing data after you sign a release. We read it over. We can break it down. We can make it easier for you. We also can help you go into a meeting with kind of a game plan. It doesn't mean it's predetermination, but just to help you out a little bit, okay? That is what we do. We can also help you, say, if you get an IEP back and the goals aren't very good. You feel like there's a lot of copying, pasting going on. The description of your child doesn't necessarily fit where your child is at. That is us. That is an advocate. What we can't do is, and I want to read this to be specific, we cannot file lawsuits, represent you in due process hearings, threaten districts with legal actions, okay? But the one thing we can do, if the school is violating laws, they're not following timelines, you've worked with them and it's still ongoing, we can help you file, basically elevate to the state with something called a PRS. And with that PRS is a problem resolution system. And you can Google that PRS at Massachusetts Department of Education on Google, and it'll bring you right to the page. There is a form there that you can use. It's actually harder to order from DoorDash than to do the form. But you fill out the form, it goes to the state, Department of Ed assigns somebody to investigate, and they make a decision, like if the school district has to do something different, or maybe there isn't anything at all. But the point is, we can help you with that. But that is not a legal action. When it gets to the legal stage, that is when we have to talk about a lawyer. And say things are really dug in. I want to get real specifics. You're feeling like you need due process. The school district is refusing to evaluate, denying FAPE outright, fee and appropriate public education outright. They're ignoring recommendations from outside evaluators, has significantly violated procedural safeguards. You're looking for compensatory services. You're looking for tuition reimbursements. They're digging in and not allowing you to have an outside placement after data indicates that that is where you have to go. The other thing is communication. One of the things that is so important, especially from my point of view as an advocate, is that I can talk with the team and see if we can come to some kind of solution. But when that communication is totally dissolved, it's hostile, they're stonewalling you. And the other one is they're blatantly, and when I say blatantly, I mean totally blatantly ignoring timelines. That's when you have to consider getting a special education lawyer. All right, the other one is if the case gets elevated to a place where they feel like they need mediation and hearing. If that is the case, there is an organization, every state has one because they're required by IDEA, Individuals Disability Education Act, which is the federal law, that to have what we call here BSEA, the Bureau of Special Education Appeals, okay? Now, I want to read to you the exact definition from the Department of Ed website. And it says the Bureau of Special Education Appeals, BSEA, follows structured legal, notice this, legal process to resolve disputes, beginning with written hearing requests submitted to all parties. The BSEA then issues a notice of hearing, assigns a hearing officer, conducts pre-hearing conferences and discovery, and holds a formal due process hearing. So did you hear all those legal words in there? That's a sign that you do need to be considering a lawyer. And there are many steps in the BSEA process, which I'm not going to bore you with right now. You can find them on the DESE website. But like, here's an example. If you go to due process hearing, it escalates to that point. Here's what it says: a formal proceeding conducted by a hearing officer to receive evidence, hear witness testimony, and allow for cross-examination. When you're at that point, you obviously need a lawyer, okay? Now, your next question, and the one that this person raised in their email, is the cost of living. Arlene, the cost of living. I mean, I can't afford these things, but I have a solution. I have a tip. In Massachusetts, we have the Federation of Children with Special Needs. They're located in Charlestown in the Schrafts building. I did a little bit of research, and most states have a sister organization like them. You just have to research what is available in your state. If you go to the Federation, they are your one-stop shop for help and support. For example, you want workshops about how to better advocate and parent your children, they've got them. You want to, they have groups getting together for parent groups just for support. They train advocates. That's one of the places that I went to for formal training. And they are amazing. They're low cost or no cost options there. Now, what can they do to help you get a lawyer or an advocate? Simple. What they can do is they have a listing of practices that have lawyers who do offer pro bono special education support. They will give you that listing. That's one thing they can do. The other thing with advocates, this is where they shine, I think. They have a training program for people who want to become advocates. And you can sign up, and they have a thing where you go in, it's on Zoom, and you meet with people who are training to be advocates, and they can give you advice. This is overseen by a professional, well-seasoned advocate, and you can get a lot of advice in next steps. They also have advocates available there who are training, they're interns, and they will work with you pro bono. That's another thing they can do. They also have a listing of advocates that are available. They range from pro bono up to sliding scale and to full cost. Now, many advocates work pro bono sliding scale. That's how I function. But there are some with top level scale cost. The Federation can help you, guide you with that. Say, for example, you have a child with neurodivergency, or you have a child with a hearing loss. They have a listing of people with their specializations as well. So if you looked up at me, I have a general, plus I have hearing loss as my strength. They will help you with that as well. The other thing that they can do is they can guide you and suggest ideas for you and help you in that way. They are chef's kiss. Also, if you want an extended evaluation, they have a listing of agencies that do that as well. Definitely, please check them out. Now, it's also part of the reason that I do this show and my podcast is to give you the tools for free to help you know how you can advocate as best as you can for your child. It doesn't take the place of a professional, but it does give you some guidance as well. The other last one I really quickly want to suggest is Mass Bar Association. One night a month, I think it's the third or fourth Thursday of the month, has a free call-in service. And you can ask them that you're looking for a pro bono or low-cost lawyer, and they will help you. They are wonderful. I have used them for personal and professional situations. Definitely check them out. Now, the thing is, advocate and lawyer side by side. What do? I want to read this, so I'm very specific on this. You hire an advocate when you want collaboration, you want stronger IEPs, you want guidance, strategy, and support, and you're still in the problem-solving stage, okay? You hire a lawyer when your rights are being violated, you're filing or defending a legal action, you need formal remedies, and the district isn't budging at all. Now, the next question that has come up for me and for other people I know in the field, can you have an advocate and a lawyer together at the same time? You can. It is a definite case by case by case by case situation. If they can talk together and communicate well, great. The advocate can help organize the materials the lawyer needs, help with red flags, help with the educational component, where you have the lawyer who is like rock solid with legal, and you put those together, you can have a very powerhouse team. Seriously. Now, the final thing I've had parents say to me is, well, the district's going to think I'm overreacting. No, you're not. You're doing what is right by your child, helping to ensure their educational progress and their dignity. That is what you're doing. And I found a quote, and it says, if your child is struggling and the IEP isn't working, you're not overreacting, you're responding. So I hope this show has helped you and helped clarified. Please formally send me more questions at 15minuteadvocate.com. gmail.com. And I've got the podcast, 15-Minute Advocate, at Spotify, Amazon, and Apple. A lot more in-depth information there. Thank you to Scott, James, and Stephanie in the booth, UMA, for allowing me to use the equipment, and Connor Smith for the music. Until next time, thank you.
In just 15, you'll learn the way to stand up strong and have your say. Special ed's a winding road will help you carry that.